Guess what I woke up to today? No power. Guess what I can't use when there's no power? My auto trickler and my auto drive. Now, the auto drive is obviously just a nice to have. If it really came to it, I could always disconnect it and put my handle back on. But let's talk about the auto trickler. You know, a lot of guys are loading with some sort of an automated powder throw system, whether it's a Chargemaster, Hornady, auto trickler, something. You need to be prepared, and it's not something I've ever talked about, but let me show you my backup system. Sorry, I am literally dealing with sunlight coming in my garage is the only way I have light right now. So this is my backup system, and I have a Dillon O-House, older one. You know, there are certainly newer ones available. This one's literally from the 90s. I have my deburr and chamfer tool. I have my arbor press and inline die. I have a powder trickler. I have a manual priming system, and then of course I have loading block and powder. Now, there's gonna be plenty of guys watching this video that go, yeah, that's how I literally load every day of the week. And that's great, but there's plenty of people that are using some automation process along the way that requires power. And if you're not planning ahead, you're gonna get stuck. So for me, if I wanted to go out and shoot today, because let's face it, power's out because there was a nasty storm last night. There's nothing that keeps me from going to my club or a match or whatever it is that I need to do. So if I needed to reload, I need to pull out my loading block. I have a manual adapter to fit on top of my brass. I have, since I can't easily use my Dillon to prime, I have my bald eagle. I can drop powder using my Dillon scale with a powder trickler, and I can seat my bullets with my arbor press. Again, I realize that many of you have this working as your normal process anyway. I just think it's important to remember that as you add innovation to your processes, you need to make sure you keep a manual redundant system in place that allows you to pick up where you leave off with electronic. So this is what I have. It almost never comes out. Well, I do use the bald eagle pretty often, but you know, the majority of these don't come out very often, but I know I have them and I know I can use them anytime to pick up where I leave off with my electronics in the case of power outage or failure of some kind. So think about it, think about your process, look at where you've incorporated something electronic or something that could fail, and make sure that you have a redundant system in place. That's my only advice for today. So there you go.